Hi, this is the LP Fanatic, bringing you an LP of Kirby's Adventure. Now, we're gonna start here. Vegetable Valley, Level 1. Now, I'll start with a little intro. I'm the LP Fanatic, part of Fanatics R Us. And, first of all, Kirby's Adventure has to be one of my favorite games. It's a game I grew up with, and I'd like to actually apologize for the lack of quality on this, because I actually did do this walkthrough on a VHS a very long time ago. But, being it that it's one of my favorite games, I figured I'd review this one first. So, the very first level is very, very easy by most people's standards. There's a lot of secrets, like this one right here, where you can get a UFO in the very first level. So, the main basis of Kirby is you can suck up your enemies, you can get all kinds of power-ups. I think there's 26 in total in Kirby's Adventure, which for an NES game was just outstanding. I mean, you never would have thought something like this back in the day. Now, at the end of each level, you have this little bonus sequence to where you can get an extra life if you get to the very top of it. So, I don't really have very many funnies in the very beginning of this, but there are several secrets, and there's actually a glitch in this level I'd like to show you guys. It's kind of funny that how the producers of this game actually snuck this in. You gotta have to wait for the star to go away Yep, there you go. The star went away this time. Because normally you have to take the star to go up for the rest of the level. But if you continue going, it has Hal, which is the producer, in those star blocks. Just a little Easter egg in the game. I always found it humorous. So, let's go to the way we're supposed to go this time. And away we go! Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing on the stars. Alright, we're gonna come up on our very first mini-boss here. It is Poppy Jr., yes. And he throws bombs at you. They can be pretty devastating. Now, I'm sure you've noticed by now, your health bar is indicated by those little pill capsules. And underneath it, you have either your score, or in this case, your enemy whenever you're fighting like a mini-boss or an actual boss. So, also, a very special little thing. With this power, Crash, you're only allowed to use it once, and then you're done. Let's see. Some enemies. We got Beam right behind you. Got a Poppy brother up there. And we got Spark. Now, I don't remember what those enemies are called. They kind of look like little slimes if you've ever played Dragon Quest. But it's one of my favorite abilities in the game. Because you could just shock the living piss out of people. I mean, how much more awesome is that? Now, you go through there, you can find a little 1-up. 1-ups are scattered throughout the game. There's all kinds of secrets in this game. Sword, oh my god, Sword has to be one of the best abilities. There's several really good abilities in this game, and there's one favorite. One very, very, very big favorite of mine. And that has to be Freeze. But Sword is a really good ability. It's very well rounded. I mean, you can do all kinds of directions with it. And, I mean, just look at the awesomeness of the ability, and just demonstrate the fact that it was put in almost every other Kirby game. I mean, it had to have been good, right? So, here we got another new ability. It's called Fireball. It allows you to engulf yourself in fire and just dash across the screen like so. And totally blow through those Bronto birds. And we're back to Spark! So, brrr, Spark. And a snail thing. I don't know what they're called either. One unique thing is you can only spit out water bubbles if you're underwater. Oh, And you've seen me randomly getting rid of my ability. Pressing select does that. You have the ability to get rid of your ability by pressing select, and in order to gain an ability and screw up like I totally just did, you have to actually swallow an enemy, press down, and he'll inhale the enemy, gaining its power, or if it doesn't have a power, it'll just say, oh, nothing. Now, here's a little thing. They're called museums. And they usually have 1 or 2 power-ups in it that you can just get randomly. They're just sitting there waiting for you to take them. Now this one happens to be Sword. Again, a very well-rounded weapon. Now, here we're up to our second enemy. It's a polar bear! And it just throws ice cubes at you. But it contains my favorite power, Freeze. You can freeze your enemies into ice cube blocks and then thus proceed to throw them at other people. How much cooler is that? I mean, when I was like 7 years old playing this game, I'm thinking I'm gotten glitches. I'm thinking, oh my god, this weapon is just so good. And it turns Kirby blue. I mean, seriously, blue. I mean, it's blue. Blue's a good color. Oh, you also notice there, if you inhale a star, which happened to contain a power that you just had, and inhale another enemy that contains a power, you'll get your old power back, no matter what. So, be that a good thing or a bad thing sometimes when you're actually trying to get a new power, just be careful of it. Now, one thing should have explained earlier, all these doors throughout the Kirby universe, oh, 1-ups by the way, it does Kirby dance. Anyways, all these little doors, you press up to go through them, and the door that indicates the end of the level will have stars above it. Now, DDD's face is on the boss room, and we have our very first boss, Wispy Wood, which can easily be defeated the normal way or the cheap way, which I decided to do the cheap way. So thank you for watching. Continue next time with World 2.